So what's going on, guys? The Truck Guy here. Today I wanted to get back to you with an unboxing, a review, and a how-to video, so I'm going to bring them all together. And today I wanted to do an unboxing of the Tomcat Mouse Killer Child and Dog Resistant Refillable Station, and this has one station and 16 blocks of bait. So I picked this up at Home Depot. It's $9.97, so it's not going to set you back too far, and this is part of my video about how to catch mice. And it's really simple, guys, but you need to follow this specific protocol because traps are just not going to do it. You've got to have a multifaceted approach. So let's break into this Tomcat Mouse Killer bait station and see what we've got inside. So I'm going to get this open, use one of my utility knives here, and let's see what we've got inside. So we've got one Tomcat bait station, and then we've got some 16 of the bait blocks. We'll grab a couple out to show you here. So we'll also use the utility knife here to get into the bait station. And if you haven't checked out some of my mousetrap reviews, please check those out. I just did a handful of them on some of the more basic mousetraps and a few a little bit more upgraded traps. So what you've got to do if you have mice, guys, I'm going to give you the tips and tricks right here. You've got to start with bait stations. You can use traps too, but you've got to absolutely start with bait stations, and I'll show you how these work, guys. These bait stations pop open, some easier than others. Let's see if we can get this open here. So you actually pull this clear handle back, and then you can release the bait holder here. You pop some bait in, and then you just click it back in place. Now you've got your bait station activated, guys. So what's going to happen here is this isn't going to catch the mice, but mice are going to enter this bait station here, and there's a hole where the mice go through. They're going to come in and take this bait, and then they're going to go back to their nest. What this bait does is it dehydrates them. They're going to go back to the nest to die, unfortunately, but we don't like mice, so we're not too worried about that. But what you can do, guys, is this will give you a good indication of if you have mice in an area, because what you can do is, this is clear, so it's really nice. You can just periodically check whether this bait is being taken. If the bait is being taken, that means you have mice in the area. If you come back and check this every couple weeks and every couple months and you don't see any of this bait taken, that means you don't have mice in that area, so that's a good sign. What you need to do, guys, is get a couple of these, put them around your house, put them in your basement, put them in any trouble spots you might have, and then periodically check them to see if you have an active mouse problem in that area. Now, this is about figuring out where the mice are. Once you figure out where they are, then you can utilize traps. And as I've mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, if you haven't checked out my mousetrap videos, do that now. What you want to do is set up these bait stations, figure out where the mice are most active or active at all. Then you want to set traps in those areas. So you have to use a multifaceted approach, guys. You have to use bait stations, and you have to use traps. Figure out where they are, then set out the traps, and you're gonna figure out your mouse situation quickly, and you're gonna be able to manage and mitigate your mouse situation and eventually get rid of the mice completely. So this, guys, it's not 100% foolproof, but if you can utilize this method, you're gonna find out where your mice are, and you're going to get rid of them. And if you keep refilling these bait stations, you're going to have a lot of success. And I might do another review on this in a couple months with the bigger bait stations. These are good for inside your house and your basement. But if you have a significant mouse problem, you're going to want to have a couple of these bait stations also outside your house. You know, maybe 2 or 3 is going to do you pretty good. And you're going to be taking care of your mouse problem not only outside your house, but inside your house. And that's really going to do the trick, guys. So go pick up something like this from Home Depot, get a couple of these bait stations, and start to figure out where the mice are. Then, if you figure out where they are, supplement that area with the traps, and I would suggest getting a couple larger bait stations for outside your house as well. And then just refill these bait stations periodically, check them every couple weeks to every month, and you guys are going to be in business. This is how you're going to get rid of mice. Alright guys, that's it. Please hit me up with a like or subscribe, and as always, we'll talk to you on the next video.